Fruits Basket is a spring 2019 drama anime series based on a manga of the same name. Actually, this is the second adaptation of this series. There was another version back in 2001. It's an iconic and popular series, and the new 2019 adaptation tells a much deeper and longer story than the original. Plus, the animation is a lot better. I never watched the original version, but it was always on my radar. And now I really wish I had because this story is right in my wheelhouse. The series follows Toru, a dragon who becomes a... Oh wait, wrong Toru. The series follows Toru, a high school girl who recently lost her parents and became somewhat homeless. She decides to live in a tent in the woods, but ends up camping herself on land owned by the esteemed Soma family. The Somas kindly let Toru live with them, and now her crazy life begins with Shigure, a goofy writer, Yuki, a timid yet handsome boy who's very popular at school, and Kyo, a hot-tempered rebel. Soon enough, Toru learns that the Soma family has a deep, dark, disturbing secret. Many members of the family turn into cute little animals when they're hugged by somebody of the opposite sex. Yeah. The rest of the series follows Toru going about her high school life, meeting new Soma family members and trying to hide their secret, as well as learning the more deeper secrets the family hides. Sounds kind of stupid, right? Like, that's one of the most anime plot descriptions for a show you could have ever heard. But like almost all anime, underneath the family-friendly, goofy exterior is a dark and emotional story. You might get into this like I did and expect a love triangle romance, but there's almost no direct romance right now at all. It's much more a story about platonic love, and I think that's great. There's a much bigger focus on the general drama than there is on the romance. The series actually expresses a lot of different themes that you would never expect from how it looks on the outside. The whole turning into animals thing may seem cute and goofy, and sure, it's used for laughs plenty of times, but they delve really deep into the social effects that the family curse has. For example, one character had their fiance's memory erased since she learned the family secret. And now that character lives on their life knowing that their soulmate is still out there without any memory of their loving time together. Messed up. I don't want to spoil what else to expect, but also I can hardly even recap everything. Over the course of 25 episodes, this show throws a lot of characters at you, which is both good and bad to me. It helps give you a variety of stories and character interactions, but some of the characters are just significantly less interesting than others, and some don't really seem relevant to the overall plot that's going on. Seems like some characters just show up, make us sad with their backstory, and go away without leaving much of an impression on the main three characters. In a show like this, it's best to let us watch the main characters, Toru, Yuki, and Kyo, grow based on what they learned from other people. But that doesn't happen too often. I'm probably not alone in saying that Toru doesn't really even experience that much character development despite being the protagonist. She's sort of just there to solve everyone's problems with speeches and tears. In fact, it's like the whole reason that the Somas are even letting her live with them is because she's so nice and she's gonna hopefully solve their problems. Only on maybe 3 occasions she's actually given some good deep personality. Like the New Year's episode, for example, if you've seen the show. The ending of that one hits. But outside of rare times like that, she's just kinda too much of a sweetheart. Of course, all that doesn't stop a lot of the stories and writing from being really wonderful and tear-jerking. I just feel the show is a bit discombobulated, and doesn't illustrate much of a character arc in the same way that other shows in this genre do. But that's basically my only problem with the series, because everything else about it is anime at its finest. Maybe there are too many of them, but the characters are great. You'll get excited like, oh yay, this character's back in this episode. There's just a lot of goofy comedy that had me laughing out loud very often, and most of it comes from the ways the big cast interacts with each other. The animation is nice overall too. It's not the best I've seen for a show like this, but it's certainly above average, and I'm a big fan of how often it does cute, off-model stuff. A lot of the more impactful emotional scenes are really beautiful too. One of the first sad flashbacks they give had me blown away not only because of the story of it, but also because the cinematic quality of the show skyrocketed for a good 10 minutes. The soundtrack is fine, nothing really stood out to me, but that happens with me a lot. Aside from opening and ending themes, I guess I just don't pay that much attention to anime music. Now the voice acting on the other hand? Chef's kiss. I watched the English dub and it rules. They brought back the cast from the 2001 version of the show, which is wonderful. They all match their characters perfectly and have some great delivery, though, maybe there's just a bit too much yelling going on sometimes, but that's more the writing, I guess. So if you want a classic feeling, goofy, and emotional anime, check this one out. It might not be the strongest drama series I've seen, but it still gave me a lot of laughs and a lot of tears. I wish I didn't miss out on the original version, because again, this show falls right into my favorite genre. Luckily, this is only the first season. It ends on a high note, but also builds up like a lot of stuff. Literally, the last episode is nothing but build up. I don't know how many seasons there will be, but season 2 is just around the corner. But man, how many more characters do they plan on introducing, dude? Whatever the case, I'm excited to see what's next. I hope you check it out if you're interested. It's available for free on Crunchyroll, though if you want the English dub, you'll have to pay for a subscription or buy it digitally or on Blu-ray. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to know when I post a new video. Also consider supporting me on Patreon for just $2 a month to get some cool bonuses. Thanks for watching, and super special thanks to my Patreon supporters.